In moments where everything can go wrong in an instant, these cameras captured what no one expected. Robbers trying to take control, and everyday people fighting back, outsmarting, and standing their ground. This is real chaos, real courage, caught on camera. Number 1. Bizarre robbery foiled at Bradford Jewelers as fake cop plan fails. 4 men, 2 posing as police officers in fake uniforms, attempted to rob Cha-Cha Jewelers on Great Horton Road, Bradford on Saturday, the 23rd of August at 10:30 a.m. But as they tried to handcuff the pair, their plan unraveled, leading to a failed heist. In a dramatic turn of events, the 4 men were briefly trapped by security doors during their escape. One robber ran back into the store and snatched a tray of goods. After a struggle, the gang broke free, fleeing down the busy street as stunned onlookers watched on, with one man attempting to pull one of the gang from the car before it sped off. West Yorkshire police cordoned off the scene throughout the day as part of their investigation. Here we have next, the restaurant customer who shot and killed an armed robber is now coming forward. The dramatic incident unfolded inside a Houston eatery where surveillance video shows a masked robber pointing what appeared to be a pistol and demanding cash from diners. One customer in a gray t-shirt tosses money to the floor while others hide under a table in fear. But as the robber walks past, that same customer springs into action, pulling out his own gun and opening fire. With the threat down, he tells the victims to get their money back. And then comes a startling discovery. The robber's weapon was actually a BB-type gun. Police later released a photo of the man they want to question, seen leaving in a pickup truck before officers arrived. His attorney has now contacted the district attorney's office, saying the man is ready to talk. The big question remains, could he be charged or was this self-defense? According to Houston attorney and former police officer Thomas Nixon, charges are unlikely. Under Texas law, he says, the customer was the victim of an aggravated robbery and had a reasonable belief of facing serious injury or death, meaning lethal force is justified. And even though the robber's gun wasn't real, Nixon says that makes no legal difference. Putting someone in fear for their life is enough to trigger Texas's self-defense protections. 2 men entered the shop and pulled out their weapons. One robber in a black jacket pointing his gun at everyone, while the other, wearing a white jacket, began taking customers' belongings. A man in a black jacket standing near the cash counter calmly handed over whatever the criminals demanded. But when he spotted an opportunity, he acted. He pulled out his own firearm, firing at the robbers. One suspect ran, while the other was taken down, bringing the attempted robbery to a sudden end. Now we have 2 clips. And these might be some of the most unsuccessful robbery attempts caught on camera. In the first video, a masked man points what appears to be a gun at a woman behind the counter. Instead of panicking, she quickly grabs a mop and uses it to fend him off. Her fast reaction sends the would-be robber running straight out of the store. In the second video, a man in a gray hoodie suddenly pulls out a gun during checkout and aims it at the cashier. But the woman behind the counter doesn't freeze. She pushes his hand away, briefly disorients him, and uses items within reach to defend herself. The suspect retreats, and she follows him outside to make sure he's gone. A man is stepping out of his house toward his parked car, unaware of the danger approaching. As he sits inside, a masked thief appears with a gun, attempting a bold robbery. For a brief moment, the man hesitates, but quickly reacts, pulling out his own gun to defend himself. The would-be thief, caught off guard, tries to escape, but in a sudden turn of violence, the robber fires at him. The man is hit and falls, leaving a tense silence in the air. The thief watches closely, unsure if he's alive, before finally realizing the outcome. The street is left in shocking stillness, the terrifying incident lingering in every heartbeat. 3 masked men storm into the supermarket, guns in their hands and tension in the air. Without wasting a second, they rush straight to the cashier, pointing their weapons and demanding every bit of cash. Fear fills the room as the cashier stuffs the money into their bags. Within moments, the robbers gather everything and make their way toward the exit, thinking they've pulled off the perfect heist. But as soon as they step outside, they're met with a surprise. Police officers are already waiting. The robbers spot them and immediately run, trying to escape. The police jump into their vehicles and begin a high-speed chase through the streets. Sirens roar, engines scream, and the city watches as the pursuit unfolds. The robbers push hard, but the police stay right on their tail. Finally, blocking the road ahead, the officers close in. The chase comes to an end as all three robbers are captured and taken away. Cars are driving down the road, one in front and one behind. Suddenly, the front car slams its brakes. In an instant, four men jump out with guns in their hands, moving toward the car behind them. The driver in the second car quickly realizes what's happening. These aren't ordinary men, they're armed robbers. Without wasting a second, he floors the accelerator and speeds away, escaping the ambush just in time. An uncle and aunt are riding home on their bike, heading toward their house after a long day. But suddenly, two suspicious men on another bike appear behind them, closing in fast. The couple instantly realizes something is wrong. As soon as they reach their gate, the uncle quickly stops, and both rush inside the house. They shut the door and lock it tightly, hoping they made it in time. Moments later, the two thieves arrive at the gate and try to force it open, shaking it again and again. But the lock holds. After several failed attempts, the frustrated robbers give up and ride away. What could have been a dangerous encounter ends safely, all because of quick thinking and fast action. A boy sits alone on his bike, not expecting anything unusual. Suddenly, two men pull up behind him on another motorcycle. They're thieves, and one of them steps forward, lifting his shirt to pretend he has a gun. He tries to intimidate the boy, demanding his mobile phone. For a moment, the boy hesitates, watching closely to see if the threat is real. He quickly realizes the truth. The thieves don't actually have a weapon. They're just trying to scare him. When he refuses to hand over anything, the two fake robbers panic. Without saying a word, they jump back on their bike and speed away. What began as an attempted robbery ends in failure. Here we have next terrifying moments caught on camera as a Phoenix homeowner is forced to defend themselves during an attempted robbery. Tonight, the Phoenix Police Department released this surveillance video. You can see four men kicking in a front door, only to be met by gunfire from the homeowner. Investigators say the homeowner was alerted by a motion sensor connected to their surveillance system and had only seconds to arm themselves before the suspects kicked in the door, attempting what police describe as a violent robbery. The suspects quickly fled the scene in a gray vehicle before officers arrived. Anyone who recognizes the men in this surveillance footage is urged to contact Silent Witness immediately. Now we have our last clip. And this one almost feels like a scene from a movie. A man walks into a mobile phone store intending to rob the place. Inside are three women, one customer and two store owners. The suspect quickly slips behind the counter and starts grabbing whatever he can. But the women stay calm, watch him for a moment, and then all step outside together. In seconds, they lock the door from the outside, trapping the robber inside the store. Realizing he's caught with no way out, the suspect eventually starts begging and dropping to his knees. But the women keep the door secured until police arrive. Officers show up shortly after and take the man into custody.